Another trick to do is take your light and put it in the middle where it shuts it off. And it should hold. If it doesn't, all you have to do is just be gentle and hold it there, and then the lights stay off, and then your interior won't suck up as much battery possibly to get your seat out. So I want to see if I can get a little more room out of the seat here. And they make seatbelt tracks for the car. The driver's seat tends to be not long enough. I think in '99 they built the car a little different in the seatbelt position, which allowed for more access. But if we go to the dead man pedal, you can see the seat's right at 2 feet, and the seat's all the way back, and I'm not that tall. That's what concerns me, is there's not much room between the belt here and the seat. So I bought these rails from CJ Pony, and I'm going to install them, and we'll see if we gain anything or if they just waste my time. So these are the rails they sent me from CJ Ponies, and it looks like it comes with some hardware, and then I'm assuming that we have to mount the seat brackets to the bracket of the seat and then bolt in from there. So we'll get started. Hey, I'm going to start the seat removal, and if we move the seat forward, I think we can expose the back bolts and have an access to them that way. Yeah, there's the bolts. So I think I can get a little more headroom. I think I'll put the top down just for that. So I put the top down, so now I have access into the car easier. If you got a convertible, you got the convenience there. But with a 15 millimeter, and you just pop these little covers off, and they're out of the way. Remove the screws or bolts. So, you know, I go to Harbor Freight and picked up some of these pads. They work real well. And this was a shipping pad that was in a box from work. So, even more cushioned for us old people with knees that are brittle with the bones now. They help. So, after removing the seats, bolts, and the back, now we're going to move to the front and do the same procedure. It was a 15 millimeter. On that, and right there are the nuts. So one of my studs came out with the bolt, so don't know if that's an issue, but anyway, it says we can tilt the seat back now and get to the electrical items, but can we do it one-handed? No. Alright, so you gotta get it far enough back. Oh, joy, I found extra goodies. Well, I was wondering where all the smell goods were coming from. Now I know. Alright, but we gotta reach in here and unplug. So you see there's 2 plugs back here that you have to slide off, and anyway, I can't hold the camera and get to it, but imagine you have to hold that black tab up or something to get it off. So there's actually only one cap or connector I had to undo. It was just attached to the top of the seat and then disconnect it. Now that it brings the seat free and able to lift out. So the instructions just say to place these things in here, and don't really give you a diagram, but I'm assuming they go like this because they are kind of angled, and they go to the pitch in the floor, which we have a drop in the floor. The bolts hold line up. So maybe it's just no-brainer. Don't overthink it. It says to put these on here, and then we're going to mount to here, and then assuming this will be where the back seat now goes in. Let's see, do those bolts fit? That is threaded and does fit. And I think I'm going to clean my bolts up. Person I bought this car from put sound deadening material in, and I think it's got a little bit on the bolt itself, and therefore it's making it kind of sticky. So nice to have that installed already. I don't have to do that. We'll come back to it in a bit and we'll see how it goes. So after thinking about it, they supply you with a nut and a bolt, and this bolt's going to go in here, and that's what's going to retain the seat down. So I just put the factory bolts back in the other holes, so we should be good now and try the seat out. My only fear is this kind of in the way. Don't know I'm going to gain much, but we'll have to see. So I want to be sure you reconnect the power back to the power seat, if you have a power seat, and put it up on the clip so it doesn't want to get in the way of the railing, and go ahead and mount the seat. Well, much like I was thinking, the seat belt is going to be in the wrong spot. Pretty much is, but go ahead and bolt down the front, and once we get it in position, then we'll slide the seat forward and then deal with that issue. Alright, so I got the bracket in, but I don't have it totally bolted down. There's about 2 feet where we were before, and that's hitting the seat belt and end up breaking it. So I say move it forward, okay, from the dead pedal. We picked up about 1.5 inches, I'd say. We'll have skin scrapers here. Shin scrapers, not chin scrapers. Shin. Anyway, might want to get a rubber cover to keep from hurting yourself too much. And back seat, pretty much useless in this car anyway. But I'm going to run the hardware store and pick up a spacer to go in here, because of it's going to be just going through that all the way to the carpet and wearing a hole, and it's got enough room for a spacer in there, so I'll get a spacer at the hardware store. Alright, so I put some washers underneath so they didn't send the bolt so far down. I used close to about 5 of them to give it some depth, so it should still fit the lid to the cover. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, the cover still flips and clears. I did 5 on this side, and I did 4 on this side. I wasn't quite sure when I first did it. Mainly I didn't want that bolt being so long going through the bottom and poking the carpet. A local hardware store has lots of those items on hand. Didn't get that to snap in. There we go. Snap in. Get that one to snap in. It doesn't like snapping in as well. Well, anyway, that helps cover the bolts back here. So I had to run the seat all the way up high to get this on. And I got to think, I wonder what happens if you leave the seat high and come back. Gives you a little bit more clearance to the seat belt area that tends to hit, which may elaborate to even more leg room. Well, the problem is then you're going to be one tall person, but in a convertible, I guess it wouldn't matter. Yeah, at that point, we're at 27 inches, 26 right in there, when we were at 2 feet before. So that does give you a gain. I bought some little plastic covers to go over the front of the bolts coming down now. Yeah, I still gotta go forward more. So I'm all the way down there. I'll move the belt out of the way. Okay. Now then, scoot all the way back till you fill it, and then come forward. Just a pinch will be the trick. And all I could find was green, but maybe that'll help keep from chewing up a shin. So there's the little green caps on. Maybe that'll keep from hurting myself. Alright, so the bracket's installed, and that's just about where it was before I put the extensions in. Let's take it for a test sit. And yeah, it does raise the seat higher, but now to go back a little bit more, you go back to where you fill it, hit that seat, and well, anyway, you do get a little more room, but now I'm stretching for the clutch, whereas before I wasn't. So on a long trip, I was looking for a little more relaxation with the cruise control on, having a little more leg room. So that'll solve the issue. Just don't buy an SN95 if you want leg room, is all I have to say. Because that's about where I need to be to have full clutch movement. And, well, I am closer to the roof now. I don't know if that's going to be an issue. I'll have to put the top up and see. But, try it. So I put the top up. And, you know, I got a couple inches up there, which isn't too bad. But it did seem to raise me up a bit. I feel like I'm a little bit more taller in the car. So, I don't know, you got to sacrifice one for the other, but a little more head leg room when I'm traveling long distance will be nice. Nothing else, you can raise the seat even higher and go further back, but then you're going to really be tall. Alright, well, hopefully this helps you out, and watch my video on how to do LED package for the interior lights. You definitely can see the driver's seat now is back a little further than the passenger seat, and it's all the way back. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a rail kit over there. I don't know if that's worth all the work. But anyway, that's my opinion.